Welcome all you +2 common modifiers back to the stream. Welcome back to Kinoplex. TV's Noah here, smoothie in hand, and I got a fresh haircut. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I'm pretty sure the hair was blocking all the knowledge from hitting. I feel like I look very Alton Brownie now. In any case, this is where we are. We are in the second half of Kinoplex's third level, which is about Tool. And it gave us this very tiny image, a very tiny image that I have right here in Photoshop. So, here's what I noticed. We have all of these interesting colors. It is 8 by 16. I have new thoughts about that. In here, I've taken every single color with my nifty eye drop, and I noticed that every color is a mixture of 00 and FF. I've then transcribed it here. This is all those colors written out. Now, the only other part in terms of a clue that we have is the F word. Now, if you go into get this out of my way. If we go and hang out at decode, there's something that I noticed that I think I might be on the right track with. If I write just the F word in here, it suggests something called brain fudge. But there's also, since I only have 2 characters, you know, I have the 0 and I have the F. Oh my god, am I already? Let me turn my fan up. I shouldn't be lagging right now. I should be doing fine. I've turned all the programs off. Since I only have the Fs and the zeros, it reminded me of binary. And there's one called binary fudge, a tool for decoding and encoding in binary fudge. Binary fudge is a minimalist programming language substituting symbols for binary 3-digit codes 000 to 111. Okay? So, all the colors that I have are in hexadecimal, and they're 6 digits long. If I were to take what I have here, can I do find and replace on this? I don't think I can. This is all my data. This is all the colors. Let me go to a character counter here, or a character switcher, replacer. Lamb. I could, in theory, replace the Fs with a 1. You're stepping on the rail of the track. Like I'm on the right track or I'm being electrocuted. Okay. Now, I think there's another step, but I want to just try this first. I don't know what the argument is. Okay. Okay. Chill. So, each color gave me 6 bits of data. Binary fudge works with 3 bits of damage. 3 bits of data. So, would it be possible for me to replace every 1-1 with just 1 and turn FF into a 1 and 00 into a 0? Looks like I can. So can I replace every 00 with a 0? So now I've taken the colors, turned them into 3 bits of data instead of 6. Now maybe this will work. And if it doesn't, I'm out of ideas. Speaking. All right, stop. Let me refresh this page. Yes, this is the right code. All right, ready? I don't know what this means. It went through correctly, which I kind of knew it would, but memory dump index equals character. Oh, sorry, I was looking at all this, and then right here it just says died of a stroke, which is clearly the answer. The hills are alive with the sound of music right now. Look how big. This is how big my sandwich is. I want a sandwich this big. All right. Let me go to the paid source because I want this to say 4. It doesn't say 4. No, there it is. Yeah, 4. Interference. Missing wave. Oh, is music playing right now? Because I don't have my headphones on. Am I getting copyright strikes as we speak? Oh. We got a jaunty tune going on. Okay. Okay, so what do we got going on here? We have... probably stuff that's not important. That's true. I gotta put it on YouTube, and YouTube's more strict than Twitch. So we have missing.wave. That's the name of the audio that just played, which I will, of course, be shazamming, because that's what I do. The name of the image is not Vig, which tells me that this is not a Vigenère cipher, which, cool. Get rid of all this crap here. Meep, meep. V-O-Y Y F V F O O L Z Y X. I got news for you. This is going to take me days, regardless of how thorough I am. So I have this bit of data. We have missing as the wave. That's very suspicious. Not Vig makes me think it's not a Vigenère cipher. And then we have 14 things, blank 1234. So my instinct right now is I need the lyrics to a few of my favorite things from The Sound of Music. Lyrics, please. So now that I have this, let me go back here. Let me just get this data. So we have 14 things. Space, then 12, then 34, then a space. My guess is I should probably take a look at what thing 14, 12, and 34 are. So we got raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles, and warm woolen mittens. Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. All right, so that's 5. Cream-colored ponies and apple crisp strudels. I have a phobia of apples, so that one's definitely out. Doorbells, and sleigh bells, and schnitzel with noodles. I never realized the terrible taste that she has in this. Wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. So we're up to 11. So girls in white dresses is 12. Girls in white dresses. Oh, with blue satin sashes. That is one item. Laura's about to burst in here because I'm doing a Sound of Music puzzle. Hi, Laura. Laura Crane, everybody. Laura Crane.
Yeah.
Applause in the chat. Laura Crane's here.
What are you doing?
Oh, all right. So I'll show you the puzzle. So this is my image.
Okay.
It's got this code on it. It's clearly the Sound of Music. There is some weirdness to the image, but the website plays this song.
Rhythm a little off.
Yes. Which is a whole other concern. It might just be Kukkelis nicely not getting me copyright flagged. We don't know. But if you look at the source code, the name of the song is missing. So I'm worried that there's going to be like a note that's missing, and that's the thing that I'm supposed to be pointed to. I also have this code here, 14 things, blank, 12, 34. So, I'm looking at what number things are.
Okay.
So, the 12th favorite thing is girls in white dresses with blue sashes.
Okay. Blue satin sashes.
Blue satin sashes, yes. Blue. Yeah, I spelled sashes wrong. And you know what? That's fine for right now. So I'm just going through the lyrics and seeing what else is there. Because it's telling me 12, 14's the next one, so snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes is 13. I assume that snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes is one thing.
Yes.
And that she's just not a big fan of eyelashes.
Right.
Big fan, love them. White winter...
Silver white winters that melt into spring.
So that would be thing number 14.
I will leave you to it. Whenever you're doing musical theater,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
This group of people really do like them musicals. She did a little dance and exit. Laura Crane, everybody. Applause in the chat for Laura Crane. So I'm wondering if this is like... That was Laura Crane. That was my wife. That was my wonderful wife, Laura Crane. I'm wondering if this is like the first letter of a thing. You know that part in My Favorite Things where she talks about the yellow xylophone as her favorite thing? Zigzag yellow xylophones. These are a few of my favorite things. Okay. So that's 14. I feel like we're running out of out of things. When the dog bites, terrible thing to like. Oh wait, so that's 15. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, that's not good for anybody involved. When I'm feeling sad. Oh, those are not. I simply remember my favorite things and I don't feel so bad. So she doesn't one of her favorite things is not when the bee stings. Great. That's the whole song? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The whole song's 17 lines long? Okay, I need to probably spend some time with the music. So let's get a copyright strike. Let's put the headphones on. And then I'll sing along and see if there's any notes missing. Thank you. The audacity of it. I'd like to say that I think my theory was a good way to start. I think that was a good way to start things off. It was like, oh, you just count the things, but there's not enough things. My other theory, I just had this. Sorry for covering the chat. Let me get that out of the way. I will in a second. I have to do this first. Pop! Alright. Because my theory, without listening to this, is that there's a good chance that like part of the song is missing. So... jazzy version. Tops on roses and whiskers on kittens and bright paper packages tied up with stars. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh. I was expecting way more. What a terrible cover. Kukkelis, I hope that wasn't you just playing the recorder. I'm gonna Shazam it just to see if there's like if that's a special famous version. Because if Shazam knows what it is, I'm sure the fine people at YouTube will know what it is. This is the thing I want. It just gave up. Let's just try like the real like recognizable part. Alright, so no luck from Shazam. That's fine. That's fine with me. It's called Missing. It does look like... Oh, I thought there was like one spot where it looked like there was actually nothing, but... Can we change the thing? Whoa! Can we do the thing where it's a spectrograph just to sit? Yeah, I didn't think there'd be anything hidden in here. It looks a little weird. Not especially weird. Can we zoom in, please? Yeah, this doesn't appear to be anything. Okay. Missing. Why is it called Missing? So missing's clearly a clue of some sort. My thought is there's like missing lines here. I'm also going to go ahead and assume that the word things doesn't appear in the song 14 times, right? Well, this is not the way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. Okay. It's off by 10. How many characters is the code? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Alright, so I'm taking a moment to be like, is there a thing I'm ignoring? Interference. I haven't really thought much about the word interference involving this code. Interference. Interference is the same number of letters. That's why I'm seeing if there's something I'm ignoring. Interference is the same number of letters, right? That's suspicious, right? I know it says it's not Visioneer, but... it's the exact length. A keyword being the exact length as the code makes it uncrackable. I know it said it's not this, but... I mean, the keyword shifts, it's all kind of the same, right? I know it says not this, but if I don't do it, I will end it to the answer or I'll feel dumb. No, nothing there. Okay. Interference missing. Also, the image looks weird. Like, that might just be for flavor. But, like, I could go find the picture just to be sure. Hills are alive. Image. Yep, there it is. With the sound of music. Alright. I just want to look at the image. Just the image, please. We open this in a new tab. Thank you. So the purple stuff is there, like... It looks like some sort of filter has been placed over this to make it look like it's a painting. It's also zoomed in a little bit more. I mean, the flowers actually look a little bit crisper. I bet this might actually be a painting of this moment. Just because the way that the grain of the face versus the quality of the flowers makes me think it might actually be a painting. I guess I could find the artist. Are the trees correct? Yeah, the trees are also added. Shush. So this is a new detail, which is a bit sus. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 and 6. Alright, so ZYX is suspicious, right? Just the last 3 letters of the alphabet backwards. Bit suspicious. The word fool being here is suspicious as well. Like, just to explain where my head's at here. ZYX at the end is like kind of a strange group of letters because it's the alphabet backwards. It could be that this is simply a reverse cipher. Z is A, Y is B, C is X. And then it just ends with ABC. Just like these are extra characters. And this is the only thing that matters. That's a thought. Let's give it a try. AZ cipher. Alright, I guess we'll just do a replacement cipher. Or a substitution cipher. That works. Not interference, that's not the thing I want. Copy. W, V, T S R. Oh, jeez, there's something like old thing I was working on. No, I didn't know that that was at Bash. Also, hi, Kukkelis. It was worth looking at. Don't think that's correct, but it was worth looking at. So, Interference, the song, a few of my favorite things, this code, this 12-letter code, the same length as the name of the thing, the word missing, and then this 14-something. The inference method? Meaning I need to make an inference about what type of code this is and then try it. That's how I landed on AppBash. I mean, it's not Visioneer. I mean, I'm going to guess this is not going to... I don't want to do it. I was going to go to the Ignomatics, like, common cipher thing, but I feel like that's cheating. Because my guess would be, you have the OO, so if this is just a standard substitution cipher, very few letters that could be. They could be E's, they could be L's, they could be T's, they could maybe be S's. It's a little weird that it's in such a long word. There's of course the chance that this is not one word, but that's my first thought. Was that what you're asking me to do? Make some inferences about this code? Interference would imply that I'm not seeing it correctly, that there's a layer to this that I need to remove before I can see the true puzzle. Missing would imply that there's more to this that I haven't seen. I also haven't considered the answer of die, do, fast, roke. That could mean anything. That is a good point. Why did you do that? I assume that is the thing that I just ignored. Is there an MP3? I didn't think there would be. So what's special about the WAV format that I wouldn't be able to do with an MP3? I know WAVs are bigger files. I mean, I already did come in here and look at the, like, this, and it does look a little strange, but, like, it didn't look especially strange to me. try zooming in a bunch. There was like one or two beeps in here that were like a little off-putting, but... Like, every once in a while there's like a beep, like a weird beep, but I don't know if that means anything. Zoom out, damn it. It looks like a bunch of skyscrapers. It looks like the stacks from Ready Player One. I figured Kukkelis would have a point. Figure if Kukkelis pops in here and says something, it's something worth listening to. I don't know, is there some sort of wave file cipher I'm not aware of? Or is there a wave in, hate using AI, but I'm looking just to see. No. I encrypted an Excel file into Wave. Wave AES. Decoder. I'm trying to like words are hard. I don't know. I literally don't know. So I have this group of letters. I have that this is called interference. I've noticed that this and interference are both 12 letters, which I'm feeling is less and less important. I have this file that's called missing, but it's also a wave file. Kukkelis has brought up the point that it is a wave file, not an MP3. That must be important. And then I have this weird 14 things, 12, 34 thing. I did! It's sitting right here in Audacity. It made these weird little skyscraper things that I didn't think especially looked odd. In waveform, looks pretty much the same as well. Multi-view. That's another thing. I didn't know I could even do that. Split the stereo track. Ooh. That, again, didn't know I could do that. And then I can do this. I can do this. Ah, as you can see, the bottom is darker because it's selected. That one's selected. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. I actually did not know I could do that with the stereo tracks, which is neat. Lots of creatine in this, thank you. Oh, he said interference, the interference method. I read that as inference instead of interference. Do you think I'm just drinking strawberries? No. Creatine. There's amino acids. There's Greek yogurt. Some powdered peanut butter. The secret sauce from Space Jam. You don't get this from just strawberries. Yeah, whey protein. Yeah, did you see? You could see a whole part of a muscle there. Not really. No. My tea is fine. Thank you. My tea is fine. Real big on these one-a-day vitamins and fish oil so my knee doesn't hurt. So I can split it up into 2 stereo tracks, which I would not have been able to do if this was an MP3. Tracks look pretty identical to me, though. Like, let me put it back into waveforms, because I think I'd be able to spot a difference. Yeah, that looks pretty similar. Not seeing much of a difference. Look at me checking. Yeah, that looks pretty gosh darn similar. I don't know why it's not letting me just zoom in. Why did it get so big? I didn't ask for it to be this big. But yeah, that looks pretty gosh darn identical. Doesn't look like there's anything missing or any interference. But in any case, I should probably look up interference method because I blindly did not read that correctly. It's very hard to be a solver and dyslexic. It's very hard. The interference method is an optical technique used to superposition of 2 or more coherent light waves to form an interference pattern. So perhaps I could take the wavelength of the sound and... Right? Even further than this? Ugh. Do we zoom in more? Hold control and scroll. Alright. Ah, isn't that cool? Ugh. Well, that's weird. Why are the tracks exactly the same in stereo? Might as well have been mono. That, right? That's a thing I agree with. Compare hashes. Is that a thing I can just do? Kukkelis, if you're just making me zoom through this to show that they are in fact identical, as a troll, masterfully done. If that's what you would like my stream to look like, that's fine. Alright, I'm moving. Alright, zoom to the end. I did hear those like random like weird beeps, so I'm thinking maybe that's related. Oh yeah, so yeah, so you invert it so that like the peaks become valleys and the valleys become peaks, and then they cancel each other, right? That's like how noise canceling headphones work. Effect. Invert. There we go. I'm going to zoom out just for fun. Alright, so this should work, right? Let's just give it a shot. Or do I have to... No, this should work, right? Yeah, I do hear like an occasional beeping. So did that not work? Did I not invert it? Or do I have to remix them? How do I do this? I'm holding control. I want to do both. God damn it. There we go. Control A, of course. So one's been inverted, right? I didn't hear a difference, which is weird. So I did it though, because repeat inverts right there, so that's good to know. So I want mix now. So would that be the? No. I thought I would as well. That's why I'm confused. There's part of me that wants to like reopen this and try it again, but I'm also running out of time. Okay, hold up. We're gonna start from scratch, just real quick. All right. It's one of those things where I felt like I already screwed with it too much, and then things got messed up. Alright, so... there we go. Take this. Effect. Special. Invert. Alright, now it looks different at least. Let's try again. Control A. Play. Yeah, it doesn't sound different, but we definitely saw it, like, invert. Tracks. Mix. Mix and render. Let's try inverting the top track. Well, then they're both inverted, right? Let me just do mix as a new track. Then I'll get rid of these, and then we'll start over again, I guess. Mix it to mono. Okay. Control Z. Control Z. Tracks. Mix. Mix stereo down to mono is not a thing I'm allowed to do. I don't know why not. But I may not do that. I mean, I could shit on Audacity if you want. So am I correct in saying that you need to take the wave file, split it because it's stereo, because you can do that because it's wave, invert one of them, layer them on top of each other. They will cancel each other out like noise-canceling headphones, except for the parts where they do not actually match, where that will be the only thing that we hear. Wave a city? All right. I got 4 minutes. Loading. If this doesn't work when we come back next time, I will just... Drake. Get rid of that. Boom. Sure. Oh, wait. I don't think this is doing what I want it to. File, open. The downloads. Go to my open mic. It's very exciting. Open. Okay, so we should do the same thing we did last time, where we split this. Tracks. Do I... Yeah, it's not letting me just click the way I did before and split them. Oops. Yep, it's making me do that. Click the arrow. There's lots of arrows. Split. Split stereo track. Boom. Boom. Okay. Oh, hey. Okay, so I'm only selecting one now. Boom. Cool. Effect, please. We want to invert, please. There it is. Boom. Okay, that's been done. Control A. We're gonna go to tracks, mix. I don't have mix as mono. I just have mix and render. Whoop. It's pretty quiet. It's claiming that sound is happening, but I guess it's not really. And then we're going to have a beep in a second, I'm guessing. Alright, so that's it. Right there. Turn this bad boy up. I hear it. It sounds like squeaking mice arguing, followed by an occasional like da-da. My guess is that... Can I export this, please? Why can I not do that? Control A. File. Export. Why won't you let me have this file? Because my guess is what is playing needs to be amplified and made louder. And also... perhaps slowed down, based on what I'm hearing. So I need to find a way to do this. Okay. I need to go. So I'll try to do some off-screen finagling to get this file, and then this way I'll have it like rendered and ready to be further messed with next time we're on stream. So thank you so much for joining me for another edition of Kinoplex. I would say for the most part this has been fair, this level. I think Kukkelis took for granted that I knew that you could split WAV files into two stereo tracks, which most solvers would know. I'm not most solvers. I'm not good at this. I just have a lot of streaming equipment. So thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe right here to Plus 2 Comedy Game and catch up on all my past live streams. And I'll see you all next time. Boop!